COVID-19 infections in Gauteng are increasing at an alarming rate. 353 people have died from the virus and over 63,400 have tested positive in the province. Now, these numbers have motivated the provincial government to call for a hard lockdown to curb the spread. To discuss this with me a little bit further, I'm now joined by Gauteng Provincial Spokesperson Thabo Masebe. Mr. Masebe, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. So the lockdown was called basically to bring our health system up to speed. First question is Gauteng not prepared?
Gauteng is prepared. We are ready. And as we said on Thursday during our weekly media briefing, the Premier did say we are ready. The health system is ready. We have done all the things that we needed to do. And that, in fact, we did expect that the numbers would start rising sharply. So we continue to attend to all areas in the health system, including building new hospital beds.
Sorry, Mr. Masebe, if the province is ready and is prepared, why are you calling for a return to level 4 and level 5 lockdown?
Let's just start right there, Toli. We are not calling for the return of hard lockdown. We fully understand and we fully support the current risk-adjusted strategy which is being implemented by the national government, led by the president. And we understand that under level 3, we had to start reopening the economy. And of course, a whole lot of other sectors. The schools are reopening. We fully support that. So we are not calling for the return of level 4 or level 5. We are simply saying, as the numbers continue to rise, let us look at the behavior of people and say, if indeed, if some of the factors leading to the high increase could be the behavior of people or non-adherence to lockdown regulations, then we need to enforce the regulations to ensure that everybody adheres to the regulations.
So you're saying you're not calling for a return to level 4, level 5, but your health MEC Bandile Masuku was calling for that. Is he speaking on his own tangent?
Definitely, he is not calling for a return to level 4 or level 5. The Executive Council met on Saturday, led by the Premier and attended by all the MECs, and they made it clear that what we want is to see the current regulations being implemented, that there must be more enforcement, and we also said we seem to see a lot of gatherings that are not permitted under level 3. People are holding marches and demonstrations. Others are organizing parties and other social gatherings. We are saying let's enforce the law, let's enforce all these regulations and ensure that people continue to adhere to the rules.
So what do you intend to do different from what you've been doing so far? How are you going to enforce those regulations? How are you going to enforce the law?
Some of the things that we are looking at, we are saying the police must continue working, being supported by the soldiers. They must continue to go to all these places to help us enforce the regulations. And we will also continue what we have been doing, working together with the other spheres of government, national and the local sphere, to go to all factories, to go to shopping malls and all other places to ensure that people adhere to the rules and regulations.
Where are the hotspots in Gauteng?
Well, you could say the whole of Gauteng is the hotspot because the numbers are growing in every district, but mostly we have seen a lot of areas in Johannesburg and some areas in Ekurhuleni, but lately we also see so large numbers in the areas of Tshwane, and some of those were actually attributed to the general behavior of the people, where you saw large gatherings of people, things that are actually not permitted. So one of the things that we need to do is to remind everybody that the country is still under lockdown, because level 3 is part of lockdown. So we have to enforce all these regulations and ensure that people change their behavior in order for us to limit the spread of the virus.
So, Mr. Masebe, please confirm for me, Gauteng is not going back to level 4 or level 5 lockdown. That is correct.
I confirm that Gauteng has not requested the national government to place us under level 4 or level 5.
All right.
But we are saying let's enforce the regulations.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for speaking with us there. That's the Gauteng Provincial Spokesperson, Thabo Masebe, talking to us there via Skype.